Wrestling fans, what's going on, man? It's Black House Booking here with a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. I promise you will not be disappointed. And my G's, if you owe it to the channel, Couch Crew, what's going on, man? You want some merch? Check right above the comment section. You can see my store. And please join the Patreon for exclusive content. I'm dropping bangers over on the Patreon. No cap. But anyway, man, today, I want to spread some positivity, some joy, some love. So much so I wore a stocking cap instead of a do-rag so y'all can make fun of me and have some good laughs. But it's all positive vibes, man. I love wrestling. We can critique wrestling. We talk about the nonsense. We keep it 100. But I want to keep it 100 and talk to y'all about, someone who I started this channel based off of, as far as, the first video I ever did on this channel, man. And I want to proceed with caution and give my appreciation to Naomi, someone who I always felt was never put on the level of the Becky Lynch and the Charlotte. And, it's a debate whether or not you think she should be considered in that conversation. But, it's just like Bailey said a couple of months ago around WrestleMania season where she felt like she wasn't even in that conversation. She's one of the four horsewomen. So imagine, how some people feel about Naomi, but I always saw the vision. I always thought that she had the potential to do great things because she had the opportunity to really showcase who she was as a person on Total Divas. So from there, like you could kind of see, like if they actually gave her something she could do, she could probably take the ball and run with it. And now, she has one of the most over characters in wrestling today, one of the most over characters in wrestling today. And obviously, we talking about the character work, the presentation, everything. She got the entrance, she got the promo style because her promo style is more maniacal, super villain-esque, but still has a serious edge to it. A whole new look, no more of the glow things, but every now and then, you can see the yellow glow caution, type of vibe. But you know what I'm saying? She's not just the glow stick anymore. A lot of people was turning on Naomi because they was tired of the entrance, even though she changed the music. People got mad 'cause she changed the music, but they was tired of the glow character, and I was too because I always thought Naomi could do more than that. I, team bad for me. A stat with Team Bad with Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamina established something for all three of those individuals. And I was like, they could probably do something else as they move on with their career. Obviously, Sasha Banks became the boss. Naomi became the glow, and then Tamina. Yeah, so so I always saw the potential in Naomi, and it's funny to like really think back and look at it that she walked out on the company with Sasha Banks, and I have a very good memory. I wasn't making content around that time, but around that time, bro, a lot of people questioned her decision to go to TNA, and they looked at it as she flopped or she fell off. People didn't, bro. TNA where they are now compared to where were years ago, they were trying to come back on the up and up. A lot of people thought TNA was about to go out of business like permanently because TNA was really not getting a lot. The last couple of years, like TNA success is very recent, but a lot of people got short-term memory loss, and a lot of people was trying to say that Naomi was a follower for walking out on the company with Sasha Banks, that she didn't really want to do that, and that she just did that because she became cool with Sasha Banks. Like how could she walk out on her husband? Well, her husband was a part of, what I'm saying, a lot of big storylines, whether it's the Uso Penitentiary, transitioning into the bloodline. And they had Naomi there with Nia Jax. Well, Nia Jax got released, but around, y'all know what I'm saying. But like, we never got Naomi and Nia Jax as a tag team, to represent the bloodline. We never got Tamina coming back, to have a woman version of the bloodline. They had Naomi and Sasha Banks about to face the Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion. They both were going to lose, but they were the tag team champions and didn't have the opportunity to defend their tag team championships. And they were the first two black women to win the tag team championships in WWE. So it's just a lot of weird stuff going on. And I think their walkout was justified because look at where they both are now. But this is a Naomi appreciation post. So look where Naomi is now. She is the first black women's world champion. Not only that, she's the first black woman. Shout out to my dog Ricky the Shadow. He kicked a lot of facts on the stream recently. First black woman to win the Money in the Bank. The first black women's world champion, world heavyweight champion. If you really think about it, she had the SmackDown Women's Championship, which now has become the WWE Women's Championship. So you could also say she is the first to hold, three different titles: the TNA Women's Championship, the WWE Women's Championship, because it's no longer the SmackDown, and the Women's World Heavyweight Championship, and the Money in the Bank. Like that's cold, bro. You got to pay homage. You got to keep it a stack, bro. That's cold, bro. That's cold, bro. Naomi helped solidify a historic night at Evolution too, bro. Like you cannot deny that. And even when she was the Glow character, bro, I was rocking. That's one of the best women's entrances ever, bro. The original theme song, amazing. I don't even like dubstep now. I had to start hitting that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Hitting the Jersey Shore like that interest was cold, bro. Like everybody loved Naomi's entrance. She was a star, bro. Her first women's championship run as the SmackDown Women's Champion got cut short because of I believe injury. And then she ran it back, but like they still didn't even. It was still like littered with like controversy, quote unquote. Because during the time, Total Diva storyline was that she made the glow belt herself and they didn't authorize it and she got in trouble. I don't know if that's true or not, or just part of the storyline, but like that's a slight to your women's champion. Okay, if that was the case, why even reveal that? Why even make that a storyline just for a punk ass TV show? I like Total Divas, by the way, but like she was never treated with the respect that I think she deserved. Like it's almost like Natalia. Natalia is a vet in the women's locker room. She is, one of the best women's wrestlers. Like in ring, and she's done some cool things in her career, but they never put her in conversations with the Becky Lynches and Charlotte Flairs and the Baileys, none of the Sasha Banks, none of that. But Natalia is cold, and I feel like Naomi was in the same spot for a long time, but I think this has solidified and stamped her. Naomi is one of the best women's heels in the last few years, up there with Rhea Ripley during the Judgment Day era, up there with big time Bex. Like as far as the character work and everything, I think she's up there, bro, and I think she's better. I think Naomi is the best women's heel in the last few years, and I can say that definitively, unbiasedly, because of the story, bro. The story itself, and then how the character did a drastic change, and how they used emotion, raw emotion. People are like, oh, you like that Tyler Perry acting? Every time it's black people on screen, it's Tyler Perry acting, it's BET acting. But that was some good emotion. That was some good promos. She brought out some good stuff, and Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair was doing some good work as well. Naomi just gave Jade Cargill her two best matches in WWE since she debuted, in my opinion. And Naomi was, the other common denominator in both of those equations. How can we not get this woman her flowers, bro? Why are we afraid to show appreciation to people while they still here? Because we know that she plans on retirement soon, so she can start a family with Big Jim. So why can't I show my appreciation? The first video on my YouTube channel, and if I ever retire, I'll make sure that she is the last video on my YouTube channel as well. God forbid. I never want to stop. I want to go forever, ever, ever. But you know what I'm saying? I definitely wanted her to come back and win the Royal Rumble, but I loved when she came back. The crowd was going crazy. I was a little worried after that because she was getting booked in some nonsense. And during that Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton period, Naomi was taking losses. Even I thought like, oh, are they gonna punish her for coming back and have her do some nonsense? But look where we are now. It all paid off. Betting on yourself, see, and she also taught a life lesson, bro. Betting on yourself pays off sometimes. Sometimes you got to walk away to walk away, get better, come back. And honestly, people don't want to have this conversation. She helped indirectly maybe mend relations with WWE and TNA, or at least help that transition because she was already over there and then she was cool with Jordan Grace. So by the time, things came back around when she was about to come back, and then, Jordan Grace actually debuted at Royal Rumble, what I'm saying, as a TNA superstar, that's an easy like I'm gonna put my homie on. Y'all should get this girl a look. I ain't saying she did that, but I mean, even indirectly, you know what I'm saying? Like she made the transition very smooth just by being that pillar, just by doing that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to use recency bias, but I definitely think the cash in was one of my favorite Naomi moments. One of my favorite Naomi moments as well. Definitely during the mixed tag challenge, you know what I'm saying? I definitely enjoyed that. And her first women's championship win as well. You know, that was very dope. And when I think it was Royal Rumble when Cameron came back, even though she didn't really get to if I'm not mistaken, they didn't really get to do too much together or interact that much. And I'm trying to remember if Cameron got eliminated before Naomi came out or so. I can't remember, but you know, that's just a cool little Easter egg that I look back at. And I like what she's doing on social media. I like what she's doing in the ring. And I'm hoping she retains at SummerSlam and I get to see it with my own two eyes in person and in full effect. So I'm looking forward to that. And I love the music. I love the presentation. So I just want to show my appreciation and switch it up a little bit. I know that this might not get a lot of views, but fuck the views. Fuck the views. This is about really paying homage to somebody who I feel like has been overlooked for a very long time. And a lot of eyes are back on her and she's proven herself well. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Naomi, sincerely. And I'm looking forward to making another appreciation video about somebody who, I feel like has really proved people wrong. So like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for love, support as always, my G's. I'll see you very soon. Peace out.